Hello, beautiful beings. Hi, BP. Hi, Shawnee. Hi, Blib. Hi, Stars. Welcome in, everybody. What are we doing today? Remembering to put my phone into streaming mode today. I'm remembering. Hello. How we doing? Hi, Grim. Too stretchy.
Show me your hams.
Thank you for the streak, Diabron. Hello.
Oh my god, why can't you take the freaking top of that?
Okay, I've done a stretchy. I've done hand and wrist. I've taken a hydrate. Say something nice about myself. I have a good memory. How about that? The reason I say that is because I've been watching Cold Case Files. If you know me, I like true crime stuff. My favorite nap2 show is Forensic Files. And I started watching Cold Case Files because they're on YouTube, a bunch of them. And I have recognized 3 separate cases that are the same across those two by like tiny little details. In Cold Case Files. So they'll say something. I'm like, wait, is that the case where they, and I'm right. There you go. Hi, BP. So, we had a tie. I like put a poll in the Discord this morning because I was like, I don't know what I want to do today. And you guys tied it. So we have a tie between Autism Moment, which would be islands and trains, because we all know trains equal autism. And then working on the worm art. So we're going to do a little bit of both. I have played this game a little bit, as you can see, because I have stuff here. Show you. Do I remember the controls is the next question. I was playing this with controllers, so I might switch back over to that. But I have played this a little bit because there's a feature where if I start my train, you can follow it as it goes through its little journey, which I thought would be nice for when I'm doing a co-working thing, just to have like up, kind of like how I did the Chillquarium last time, which I think was but I thought it would be nice to have this just playing so that you can watch the little train go around. So I've been messing with this a little bit. It's basically just an island builder, and you make it so that a train can go through. That's, I mean, it's not crazy complicated. Hi, Jen. I mean, it's a little complicated because I don't understand how trains work, but I've just been messing with it, so I can make this go faster too here. So we'll work some more on the train. Look at him trucking, going so fast. I think this is gonna run it too. No, did I finish this loop? I don't remember. Because I played this while I was watching true crime shit the other day. Sorry, I looked into the hallway and Khan was just there with one leg up, twitching like a weird zombie ham bone. But yeah, we will play trains a little bit and then we'll do some art. This is too fast. This is stressing me out. Okay. Yeah, okay, I did reconnect. But it is gonna go that way. Because there's little flip switches and I haven't fully figured out how those work yet. So my original plan, and I am absolutely open to suggestions or other things. Yes, I guess. So I'm thinking going through like a mountain kind of area over here, and then having like farmland next to the train station, because I feel like that's just train vibes, having the train next to a bunch of farms so that you can, hide in the corn and then go flatten a penny on the tracks. I just feel like that's correct. And I'm not sure what to do over here, but I do want to do something. Because we could do like a beach or something. Oh, that might be nice. But we have like all of these different little like building spaces. There's like waterworks and stuff like that. There's various farm stuff. Buildings, different water stuff. So we'll do this for a little bit and then I'll do some art. How is everybody else doing today? I wanted to leave like a little lake here, so like little mountain lake. Then I need to figure out how to do mountains, because I want to do like one of these tunnels, but I want it to be like farther up the mountain kind of a thing. But I got frustrated when I was doing this last time and I needed a break. So oh, oof, that sucks. I'm sorry. And we do have like castle stuff too. We could make a little castle over there. And there's like farm animals and stuff. We could make a little playground. But yeah, I figure we make this like visually interesting so it goes through a bunch of different spots, and then when I'm doing like co-working stuff, we can follow our little train while we're working. I also most of the way through an iced coffee. So we'll see if I get hyper or if I get sleepy. Call it caffeine roulette. You never know which one you're gonna hit. At least I don't. Okay. So first, remember what the controls are because I haven't played this in like a week. But I do want to make like. Let me know if the sounds are too big or too little. It's like I change how. I think I just kind of put whatever here just so that it would loop back around for a bit. I think that we will change that. I don't remember how tall they let me. That tall. So in order to do like the mountain situation, we'll need to leave it. Because I don't know if I've told you guys this. Where I grew up, part of my family owned a pizza company. I guess they had more than one location, but a pizza restaurant that had a little model train that went around the top of the like dining room, the main dining room. There were a couple places, and they had like a train caboose that you could have parties in and stuff like that. So it is very nostalgic for me. I do something kind of like that. We can have this track go up through. Then I can loop back to this one. Because this does have two, so I'm thinking we make second. Because I will fully admit I don't understand entirely how the loop around works with the little switches. Like you can move the switches, like you can flip them. But figuring out which goes where, I have not figured out. So I've kind of just been dicking around, which is the point of the game. So we do it like that high, but that I can do some little shape things. Space, no, space is changing the vary. This is the problem with me having done and yeah, they kind of glitch out sometimes if they don't really fit someplace. So that doesn't fit yet. Wider. I've been playing this song so much lately, and I don't know why. Spotify has just decided that I need to listen to this song every single time I play Spotify. And I'm gonna just say not today. Ooh, that one's cool. What's your plan for this, Kate? But we could do that as like the entrance to. I have found that it's easier to like build things up and then add things to it instead of like the other. And how did you end up over here? Well, you're going backwards. Go forward for a little bit. You're in the way. That's not your fault. It's my fault, Train. So don't blame yourself, but you are in the way right now. Mm. Where? Okay. Just heard a phantom alert. Oh. I didn't want to delete that. Thank you. Okay. Things and figuring it out. Get us up. I can just also delete the train entirely if I want to. Because I did just put that one together for testing the little area over there. You need to figure out how to connect. Well, and maybe I'll get rid of this bit. Have it loop through. I don't really need to make a hole. There we go. Oh, you're like a little walkway. That's cute. You can always tell what things are because it's small. I do really wish that this one had cloud save so that I could work on it on my Steam Deck and then upload it here. But it doesn't. So I have to sit like a little gremlin at the real computer to do it. I'm guessing that me turning everything around a bunch is going to give... I'm sorry. I don't know how to see, so... yeah. I think I'm probably going to end up making an extra spot like right here so that we can do a spiral up the next level. It's really cool. Ew. So many. Clean in the holes when there's just like a tiny... You can do it. I believe in you. There you go. You kind of want this to be like super... So cool. Hi, Dadle. I should not be fed after midnight. This is true. It's been a while. How have you been? That looks so cool. This is basically playing Legos. Thank you, Johnny. I think we're probably going to end up needing to move that one over a bit just so that we have the space for it to get that high. And it can loop back around, probably. Because going from there to there, I don't know that there's something. Because we do have like the swirlies. This one. Yeah. Oh. You wrong mode. When you mean to build someone up, but you know how it is. Oof, I'm sorry. Yeah, that really sucks. Tech jobs have been like an absolute nightmare lately. I mean, everything has been an absolute nightmare. Yeah, for sure. Like that bubble's gonna pop eventually, and a lot of people are not gonna be happy about it. It's the space we need to put that together. I do really like the little twisties. Move that one up one. Gonna be so many swirlies. This is like roller coaster train. You're gonna get so motion sick. Have fun. How you making to like spread it out a little bit, but like, what if I just made everybody horribly motion sick? Like, not my fault. You guys don't know how to ride a train. You wish it would let you rotate the camera. Zooming. I want that to go away. Yeah, that's fine. It's great. It's great. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're fine. Just, hold on to yourself. Offer sick bags on request. I think I've hit the edge of the here. I can make this work. I believe in myself. I say, making the worst train track in history. I wish I could like pick stuff up and move it. It's like scoop it better. Feel a little bit more white. Wrong button. Go there, because I want you to. That's a little less dramatic. That's super twisty. That's so fun. I love this. I got this in a bundle with something else, and I don't remember what it was, but it was something that I did actually want to buy. I was like, oh, this looks like it could be fun. I was right. Well, that was absolutely not what I wanted to do, but thank you so much. If I click out of the window, it throws a hissy fit. Which is fine. Like, if you click out of my window, I throw a hissy fit too. Like, okay. Let's do it. Oh, look, there's a little covered one. See that? You just gotta build. Oh. I see. I think I see. We'll see if I actually see. That. Further up. That. Fine. Ooh, that one's cool. That won't fit there, but that. Like, come down and meet up. I am like the absolute master at clicking things incorrectly, just in case anybody was wondering. Oof, that down by one. Spot. Oh, that one. Neat. I like it. What's this one? Another group. Oh, this one needs to make it match up. Right, and it's just too. This one. It's got like 2 levels. That's cool. Good, like it's down. Done. That one looks like a little hobbit hole. Okay. It's also like the little twisties. I guess I can hook these 2 bits up actually. Need to have. We can put something else in here. We could put a whole town, right? Honestly. I can move this over here. Up to the. I gotta say, I understand guys who do models. Because it's basically like beasts that move. That's it. It would help if I clicked the right button. Oh. do like this too. I hope nobody's afraid of heights on my train, because you're gonna have a bad time. It's so funny that I played you right. Hey, won't you let me put it there? Let me do it. Hi, Al. Okay, there we go. I think that we can do it so that we a whole round there. And it's horrifying for everybody but me because it's me. Yes, I am training hard. Then we'll figure out how to make the train go down again. Man. Okay. Yeah. Maybe another circly and try to back up there. Yes, Trainaconda. It's just a sandbox of making your own train. So yeah, just fucking around with trains. Yep, pretty much. Did anybody want to get like super motion sick on this? Because that's what's So part of the reason I'm doing this, Al, aside from have the tisms, is you can do this so that the camera follows the train around. So if I make a fancy little, it's not really so close to you. But you can make it so that the camera follows the train around, and I thought that'd be nice for when I'm doing stuff. That there's something on the screen that's nice to watch. No, but we do have some farm animals. Which I'm gonna, so this is as far out as I can zoom. I do wish that there was a bigger. So we're doing like a kind of wilderness mountainy area here. And then I'm thinking next to this train station I put in, we'll do some farms and animals here. Maybe we'll do like a little town right down here. We will have something. But not pets, I think. Unless you count farm animals as pets, which they can be. Uh, oh, that's cute. And yeah, I was going to say if you count them as pets, and then I realized that you probably did. Farm boy. Okay, now we just need to figure out how to make those two match up. Fair, fair. That would be nice. Oops, sorry. I keep forgetting that picks up on the mic really intensely. That was my wrist. That's been bugging me, so I've been popping. But I do have it taped up for the record. There's a lot of twisty turnies on this one, but like that's what happens when you try to build in the mountain. say as if I'm not the one. Okay. Hey. Fine. I wish that I could put the hand bits, trees and stuff on top. God dang it. Okay. The wrong button. Why is it working? But Uber. Actually, That wasn't what I meant. I think so. Clicking the wrong button for rotate. It's nobody's fault but my own, but for some reason my fingers have decided that it should be the F button and not the R button. Couldn't tell you why. A little more natural. What we're aiming for. You too, Jen. Good to see you. We'll put there's a stone thing. Yeah. Not really. Ooh, sorry, that's a wild swing. What else could I'm asking you to? Well, let me just like hook that up. Need that track. Goes to nowheres. See. I don't like it. Let's see if we... Shit. My goodness. Roll. Right there. Good Lord. think I'm gonna finish this bit and then we'll switch over to art for. That's been like. My wrist is starting to be mad about the mouse, so. It's better. Thank you. Okay, so we still do need to connect here, but got it connected to this loop now. Looks pretty good, I think. Maybe I'll connect it over here and then we can run the train through once. That too. You. Hi, Freezy. Have a good lurk. Luck with work. Ooh. Thank you for the follow. That startled me. I don't know if you could tell by me making a sound like a monkey. Howler monkey when I'm startled.
Oh my god, why can't you just take the freaking compliment?
Do you think it's complimenting myself to say I sound like a howler monkey, if I'm being honest? It's connecting to my roots, okay? I will also have a little treat. I'm very good at making animals comfortable around me. There you go. I have successfully turned Khan into a vaguely normal cat, i.e., he actually accepts real treats now instead of just cheese. I mean, he still prefers cheese, but tricked him, quote, into joining, what? Into using the window bed that he wasn't quite comfortable with. We've gotten him using that. He really likes it. Yeah, pretty much. I decide how I want to connect these, and the answer is there. Sure, why not? To Yep. Break it up. Hi, Amma. I love you. All right, Al. Good luck with your meeting, which I'm guessing is what's going on. I don't know for sure. It's a pretty safe guess at this time of day. Have a good lurk, Amma. This doesn't fix any of the problems I was trying to fix. My train and I make the rules. I say everybody gets motion sickness, then everybody gets motion sickness. Okay. To me. Yes. This off. Okay. Okay, that should be all connected now. So, I'm going to start the train here and do the little follow the camera. Follow the train with the camera. I forget how to hide tab. Hide the UI. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to leave this running. I'm going to take a break, which means I'm going to run some ads. Don't look at them. We hate capitalism here. Feel free to take a break with me, get a snack, get a drink, go to the bathroom, look at something that's farther away from your face than your screen is right now, or just watch the train go around and we'll see how it goes. And I will be right back. All right, I'm back. It looks like I stuck you guys on the boring part of the train circle. Um, what's that? I see that. That should change it. Let me make sure that this works and then we'll switch over to art. Because again, I still do not fully understand how anything works. Not just in the game, that's just like a fact in general. And we can go through the interesting part once and then we'll switch over. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely one of the ones where it pays to pack more. Yeah, I think this will be nice for co-working stuff when we do it. It's just a nice little chill thing to go on screen. That's not quite so boring. Oh yeah, for sure. I always enjoy seeing the people who do rent fairs who have like tiny houses basically that you can just slap up. There are a few I've seen lately that have like a loft in them too, which is kind of Girl, train go. This is the part that we did today. Do you think this game is causing a little bit of overload for the stream, so I might be a little bit choppy right now, but that should ease up after we. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I know not everybody does the right word that I'm trying to find. The like in character camping, I guess. But it is always fun to see people who are like that intense about it, you know? This definitely hits the nostalgia angle for me. This was perfect. I'm pleased with this. I did do Say Nice Thing. I have not done Treat. I will grab one right now while I got distracted by staring at the toilet. Alright, I've grabbed a treat. I'm putting it in my mouth in just a second. Do a hydrate. Like actually close, John? That'd be cool. Thank you. Alright. Yes, sippy accomplished. All right. I have successfully connected all the bits of track now so that it actually goes in a circle around where we want it. So we'll exit this and switch over to art. Yeah, choo-choo. Okay, this is just going to suddenly disappear because I might as well do it that way. Okay. Then I can move over here and make it so that you can... Oh. I also need to change my cat. Done. Okay. I can also just full on close out Steam. Help with the computing power. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. Oh. Ooh. I am forgetting something. I need to lock this so that it stops doing that. There we go. Okay. Now it won't flip-flop on us. So we started lining this last time. And I at the end I was kind of freaking out a little bit because I thought that I'd messed up my layer opacity and I was gonna have to read a whole bunch of stuff. I just forgot that I had put a layer on top of everything to push it into the background so that I could see the lines I was working on better. Have a good lurk, Shawnee. Thanks for popping in. So it was all fine. I just forgot that I had done something, so all good. I did get the flat colors done. So you can see all of the little worms here and our little funfetti guys. I do still need to do something for this recipe card here, and I do think that I'm going to put another hide me there because I've been thinking about it. I just really... So I'm gonna do that. And then it will technically count as another character in it, which means it will be 19 characters, which is totally normal. I don't know what anyone was talking about. So we're going to work on the recipe card first. And then I need to do shading, which will be a lot because like there's a lot going on. So I'm going to do more of how I usually do shading on the worms. Everything else is going to be a little bit more of like a cell shade situation. Because I usually like shading with texture. So I will use textured brushes to do color shading. So it's specific to each color. With this many colors going on, I can't really do that. But it'll still look good in the end. So just got to do a little bit of a different technique because I do find that my digital art and my physical art kind of influence each other. So I tend to do digital shading now very similarly to how I do watercolor shading, which is to say I use different variations of color instead of just using like a multiply layer with one darker color over top, which we'll do for some of this stuff. But, when you get to this many colors, you can't really do that super well. So we're going to adapt. And I did group my various things together so that it wasn't quite so bad. This one is that's the background. Pitch layers recipe card on this one. All right. Then we get to use my beautiful wife clipping mask a bunch today. No. Okay. So actually maybe I'll do a little sketcheroony first so that I Okay. So we're gonna put the little hide me character in here again. And she's just like a very simple little and she's so cute. I just love this concept so much. The person who made it is like, oh, do you want to hide something in your piece? You feel like it needs a little something extra? Hide this little character in and we'll try to find it. That's such a fun idea. So I was thinking maybe doing like little mushrooms or something. I need to decide what I want Hide Me to be. So Hide Me is this little bunny right here. I think maybe I'll give her a little apron. Just think that's cute. Little frills around the edges. But we are doing like cupcakes and stuff, so maybe I'll do this for like frosting. So she can be like holding up a little frosting spatula with some frosting on it. Be cute. Look at that. Precious. Okay. Then am I gonna yeah, I am. It's like, am I gonna put like an actual recipe for frosting on here? And I think that I am. I think I'm going to have a classic Betty Crocker. So that's what we always used at my house. I could go dig the actual recipe book that I have in the other. That seems a little bit excessive. It is on the archive. God bless. Yeah, I am very good at being like extraordinarily excessive. I'm pulling up the 1950s version of the Betty Crocker cookbook on my phone from the Internet Archive. So we're going to borrow this book so that I can pull one recipe out of it and write it on the card because I'm just like this as a person. Okay. Let me see. Sorry, this one. Where I see is page 67. Go. Okay. I'm gonna do this in a different color so that remember to use a different thingamahoosit. Do we want to do a flavored? I should do brown butter icing because that's like actually do. So we won't really be able to do this per se, but we will on this. Oh, this one uses actual cream in it too. Ooh, taco salad. That sounds good. That's basically recipe card. It's a very simple recipe, which is part of the reason why I thought that would be good. So now we just need to make that look like it's not a sketch. That's cool that you had your own butter lettuce too. Instead of doing that, what would do kind of like a feel like a vintage speaker. Nice. Yeah, that's good. And it is kind of like act in patience, you know, to wait for it to be done. I think I need her cheek. Welcome back, Alan. Hi, Toast. How you doing? I did too many and took out. Fine, easier picks. I've never had a sunchoke. Like, I vaguely know what they are, but I don't think I've ever had one. She needs a little right here. And we can do silver. Yeah, for sure. I know them because of Gordon Ramsay, if I'm being honest. Do love watching Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, so since I'm putting this character in twice, it will be listed twice, which means the person who owns it will have to look for it. I do think that like it's obvious to me where they are because I put them in there, but I do think that you'll notice the recipe card one first and then have to look a little harder for the I think that'll be. So we've got one on the recipe card, which you guys saw, and then there's another one on the baking pad. Let's give her her eyes. Move in. Better. Now, do the recipe card. It's way too much. Change the stabilization on this. Because I'm just gonna write this in like grandma cursive. Will my cursive be as pretty as an actual grandma's? Absolutely not. If I can remember how to write cursive on my What was that? Back. Why are you doing that? Where you come from? Good, thanks. I will show you a big at it. Oh. So I'm doing a mass attack, if you can tell by the amount of people that are in that. High BP, high BP, high BP. Shot. But yeah, so I'm doing a mass attack. I found a bunch of really interesting little string C's. And then I have a few others. We're just working on the little recipe card back here. Because me being me, I have to be excessive and make it an entire scene. No, I haven't put one. Because we haven't needed to yet. I don't remember either. Yeah, memory, what is that? We don't do that here. Damn. When it does that. Okay. So, I am gonna lighten up the little bit behind the worm space helmet here. Do I want to fill in? You think that I want to? Oh, I didn't do her legs. Hmm. Oh. It's close. And I do want to lighten up the bit that's behind the house. Need to. Oh, I guess it going over makes more sense than the other. Let's do. I'll also do some extra. My extra to it. I don't know. To be ask and silly. There we go. That's better. Okay. Do this. There's one thing done. Only 6,047 left to do. I'm gonna decide which bit I want to work on first. I think maybe just doing like the counter and the wall first. I'm trying to remember what. Let's try that. It was Greenwich. I do think doing some kind of gray is the right call, but I do think that I need to up a little bit to separate it from the thingamahooza. Thingamahooza. I think that kind of kills the texture there. That's yeah, I think that being a little bit warmer helps separate tin more. That and maybe I want to do some texture on the kind of texture is the next question. I often do like a canvasy kind of texture, but I think maybe like clay or something like that would be good. And do kind of that, and then we'll head up with that. Doesn't need a lot. Shade more. If I really wanted that texture to stand out, I could duplicate it and make it so that there was a lighter one on top and a little bit shifted so that it would look like depth. But I don't think that we need more action going on in the background. I think there's enough going on here. Probably just for this because mellow it out anyway. As my shortcut for shading. I mean, I feel like there's enough maximalism here, is what I'm saying. Like, there's going to be 19 characters in this, which is enough. I feel like, you know. But my shortcut for shading is just to do a thing and Gaussian blur on it. Yeah, it does. I am not a minimalist, but do you think that we have enough going on? I want to emphasize this looking like marble, so I'm just kind of using the brush, the texture brush that I used, just like a base to add some more squiggles in. It's like a little more texture without it being. See? Okay. Let's do the stuff under the shelf. Since I'm happy with that, I'm gonna leave that in the background. Because we're coming up on our limit on the amount of layers I'm allowed to have on this, so gotta be careful about it. Okay. I do think for this stuff, I'm mostly gonna do multiply with like a single color. And this is gonna look really dark when I start chill out, because we'll lighten it up a bit, but it does make it easier to see where everything is that way. And just see exactly where we're putting stuff, and we can. I do think that I've kind of realized why Apple Pencil has been getting worse when I'm streaming, and it's just because it's stuff. I don't think it really is my Apple Pencil. I did buy a new one, but it's probably more the stress of streaming. Worse than normal. Later, Al. Have a good one.
want that to be full brightness. But it look like metal, we do need them. There's our little hanging things. Jeez. Okay. I guess let's do the spoon. Spoon. That's the spoon. Spoon is on this. Okay. Why does it have cake batter on it and you can't see cake in the actual image? Mind your business. Don't worry about it. Fine. I do think for this one, since it's just that piece, I can do a little bit more of what I normally do for shading. Although I'm not sure that I really want to for this, because it would be smooth. I'm thinking that this is glazed pottery. So I don't know that I would really do a bunch of texture for this one. But let's do it with some painting brushes. Where are those? That's what I want. Wanted to check and see if I had multiplied. Add some texture in here with some colors. Just put, you know, the lighter ones where the highlight would be. Kind of like that. Which you can see gives a pretty different vibe from like the pot holder here to the spoon rest. I just feel like doing it with texture gives it a little bit more character. And then I'll just do some like high highlights. Since I'm thinking that it's pottery, it'll have pretty intense high highlights. So we'll do that just to get that vibe. Okay, let's do the spoon. Which for wood stuff, I really like using like charcoal or pencil kind of thing. I also have these. I like this a lot for that too. Here. Here we go. Well, pick. Which since it's wet, so I'm gonna have some more drastic highlights. Start. Okay, let's do the muffin tin next. And get all of that stuff done. Move on to the shelf because that's the next complicated one. I do want to make sure to do clumps of this all at once so that the shading matches. Because I do find that if once I get into like the groove, I will do something the same way. But if I try to take a break and then come back, it will change. So I do want to make sure to do all the worms at once. So I think getting all of the background stuff done now is the play. Then maybe we'll read out. So I do have. I want to open my window is the short answer because it's warm out today, but the neighborhood is loud. So that's while I'm streaming. Okay. Metal time. Metal is very satisfying to shade. Instead of using a softed brush, we're going to. I could actually, you know what? Why don't I do that? Just use the studio. Because it does have harder shadows. I will blur this a little bit. Do hard lines because that's what this is like. So. Okay, I think I'm gonna separate the top and bottom. And then I think the inner cups, what we can see is gonna be completely separate. I'll do the main bit and then I'll do small amounts of the side that you can see. So we do have two worm shading. So you need to make sure to this would be to like grab the scene. With metal often it gets kind of like streaky. That's why I'm I'll probably once I get like the base metal shaded, I'll go over it with a little bit of color to reflect where the worms are. Because that will also help with come from. Who are you? Um That will also help with like making them look like they're here. That's what I mean. Probably instead of just doing like the same kind of texture for the color, I'll probably use a watercolor style brush. Add that because it'll give it the kind of warble. It's the correct vibe. I'll finish the muffin tin. That I do all of stuff, but I'm gonna do that on stream. Something that's a little between. continually adding dots and stuff that it's frustrating. I think is just because I'm streaming it. I did work on this like since streaming and it wasn't as bad. It's just frustrating. Okay. A little bit of a blur. Bit of a smudge. Specific warm shadows. That on the other layers too. Well, at least up top. Now, last step for that is to I highlight on the top. Wait. Do you think that around my other art fight, secret art fight that I'm working on, I should be able to get this done this weekend? Get my bajillion points. I have a few for friends I like to do. Because I do have like a lot of characters bookmarked just because I find people and I'm like, oh, look at how cute. Should probably get a few more friends, especially if I like want to have some return art. Getting strangers isn't really the best way to do that. Like, I don't expect anybody to like. So far, I only have one from my boyfriend, so I would like get some other stuff too, aside from just out with my friends, which is also. Do you know that Rainbow's doing like a co-work again in her Discord? Change. I'm gonna change how I was doing this, but the way I have already been doing it means that I can't change it that way, which is fine. Different. Utes. There's the Muffaton. I guess I'll do the shelf before I fully end, because I would like to make it to 3 hours, which is just my own. Excuse me. It's just my own direct stream thing. But this is more wood, so we can just do this one. Let's do Red Camp. Let's do texture. List. It's gonna be. Let's just do some shading with some charts. The only direct shadow on the shell. It's empty. It's like, why is that not showing up? Because thing. Okay, I think one more little pass on shadow. Hey. That's some good progress. I'll probably keep working on this off stream. But maybe we can finish this up on Monday. We'll see. We'll see what I get done this weekend. I do have another project that's like, I really want to do it right now, which was the option that got the least amount of votes this morning in the poll. I will, Sippy. Thank you, John. So I took 3 sippies. But we'll see how much I get done. I do have another project that I'm probably going to focus on. This is the weekend where Cap is with his daughters, which means that I sit in my bedroom and eat too many snacks and don't eat real meals and sometimes take an edible and just zone out and listen to an audiobook while I do art. So, yes, the secret one, which I will show you, Shawnee. I don't think I've shown you what it is, but I will show you. So I do have another art fight going, which is a bitch, but it's going to look really good. So, but yeah, I think that's enough for right now. I think I could stand to take a break and eat something. And I don't know, just do something that isn't being hunched over at my computer for a few minutes, you know? Thanks everybody for hanging out. I had fun playing trains with you. Let me to the end of the screen. Yep, exactly. Let me stop mirroring because then my computer will calm down a little bit. Thank you, Shawnee. Shawnee has put the raid commands in chat. The first one has emoji you can use anywhere on Twitch, no matter your subscription status. The second one has an emote you can use if you're subscribed to my channel. Please copy and pasta the one that is relevant to you if you'll be joining us. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Dievra. I know today was kind of like a more quiet, chill day. I guess most of my streams are, really. I'm just like that as a person for the most part. But I appreciate people just, vibing. Me see who I'm gonna read. Let's see. A lot of people doing art. I'm gonna be so for real. I'm probably just gonna raid Rainbow because I don't too hard. Some days we'll do other things, but it is not this day. There are a couple other people I could raid, but I think that I just want to hang out with Rainbow. So we will go say hello to the Rainbow. And I will see you all on Monday when we'll be doing, I don't know, art or co-working, probably. Unless somebody wants to play a game with me on stream. I think that's the other option, really. Yeah, I'll see you all soon. Let me actually start the okay. Copy and paste the follow message that applies to you if you're coming with us. We're going to visit Rainbow. Most of you know Rainbow. He's a cool artist and is working on art fight stuff, so very similar to what I was doing today.
take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. If you can't take care of or be kind to yourself for yourself, please do so for me because I think you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself, even on the days when it's really hard. So let's work on being kinder to ourselves and each other, and then we can meet up back here and shade worms or play trains or do whatever our brain wants to do. You know? All right, I'll see you all next time. Bye.